So we are doing Old Testament or New Testament, apparently.
Oh, a new segment on Atheist Edge. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm TJ. This is Atheist Edge. We're here with Prophet Azad. Oh, yeah. All right, so apparently I'm going to be told what our format is for today's show. Let's get right into it.
Okay. So I guess I am reading a teaching, apparently, and they have to decide whether it's Old Testament or New Testament.
All right.
All right. So you guys want the first one? Do not marry an atheist. Is that Old Testament or New Testament?
I don't know. Are we going to leave it to the commenters to guess? Okay.
You can talk around it as long as you don't.
Yeah, that is kind of a weird question.
If I were to guess, I would think the Old Testament is a little more severe than don't marry them.
Do you think that's Levitican, maybe?
I think in Leviticus, if they said to do something with an atheist, it would not be just don't marry them, but I'm not totally sure.
Okay, so do I read one now, Jim?
Yeah.
You want to read one? All right.
Yeah. You can edit this. All right. If you're guilty of one crime, you are guilty of all of them. Is this an Old Testament or New Testament prescription?
That sounds vaguely Jesus-y to me.
Yeah.
But
he was kind of trying to sell like, hey, I'm the only way that you can get this absolution and this grace from all these things that you've done because you did one thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Old Testament feels a little bit like,
it's whatever you do.
You do a certain amount of stuff and you have to slaughter a certain number of animals. So, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. We're going to have Prophet read the next one.
Yes, please.
Unfortunately.
It'll do. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right.
Thanks.
That's a Pauline picture.
It could have been. You'll never know. Well, you'll know, but because we'll tell you in the next. Yeah. Okay.
But they're supposed to guess. So, number 3, God never lies and never changes his mind. Old Testament or New Testament? What?
I know what I'm thinking. I don't know what I know what I'm thinking just because that seems a really powerful and kind of like wrathful kind of statement.
I could hear them saying this at some point in either one, but I don't think this is really consistently maintained either place. So
Okay.
I don't know. We'll let them guess.
We'll
see
let
what
them
they
guess.
say.
All
right, go ahead.
We are on number 4, and I have to be the one to read it, right? Disobedient children must be put to death.
I don't think this is going to be much of a stumper.
Yeah, I don't think anybody, man, you had to put one that was like too easy for everybody to get, so.
Old Testament, you kill people. New Testament, you burn them afterwards. So that's a general pattern. We'll see what they say.
Pretty much.
Number 5, if you sin with your hand, cut it off. Better to be a cripple than burn in hell.
Yeah.
Old Testament or New Testament?
Man, that's like so 50-50 though. That is so 50-50 because there is a story, and you know the story I'm talking about, where there is seed involved, right? And that is the opposite of what you would think the answer to this question is.
Yeah, I think people are pretty familiar though with telling people to cut stuff off or get stuff out. We'll see. And is there much hell in the Old Testament?
I don't know, that's what I've heard.
We'll let them decide again, I guess. I'll just keep relinquishing my responsibility to the audience.
I know, yep.
I think we're on number 6.
Yep. Why do I get all of these ones? Women and children who rebel against God should be ripped into pieces. Why do I always get the children ones, man? All right. So let's,
Ripping into pieces seems like a little bit of a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but I don't think we need to walk them too far through that before they know what's going on.
Let's not go down that.
All right. Number 7. Slaves, submit to your masters and give them respect.
That could be Levitican. It could be. I mean, like, you would think that would be something that you could read in that book.
I would think by the New Testament the Bible was telling you not to own slaves anymore. Is that the case?
No, because, so there's a book in the Bible, what is it, the one where Paul had a slave friend, and he was like, hey, you're my friend, I don't want you to be a slave no more.
So run because it's wrong.
Yeah, well, something like that. But then a lot of people use that as an excuse to say, look, so the New Testament like says slavery's wrong. But no, that was Paul saying, hey, you're my friend, I don't want that, like, it sucks that you're a slave, I don't want you to be a slave. He wasn't saying that slavery was wrong, because obviously, like, what, a few chapters before, like, Jesus is saying, hey, obey your earthly masters, right?
You know what? I think I might be off, and the Bible's always pro-slavery, so.
It is nearly impossible for a wealthy person to get to heaven. No, it's pretty easy,
Yeah.
I feel like.
Old Testament, it's more like you have lots of kids and a long life.
Yep.
I don't know if they're talking about heaven there. We'll see.
It's pretty cut and dry.
Number 9, don't defend yourself in court.
Don't defend yourself. It sounds like one of the Decalogues, but I mean, I think perjury is the better, like, word for it. But that's not the way it's, like, defined right there. So
Oh, in the 10 Commandments?
Yeah. when it
Yeah,
says
they
don't
say not
lie
to
or-
perjure yourself, but not don't defend yourself.
Don't defend yourself, though.
That sounds like kind of one of the Jesus lay down and be a pussy about everything teachings.
Could be.
Wait, are you allowed to say words like pussy on your show?
We can say whatever we
All
want
right.
on this show. We get demonetized all the time.
Fork, fork, frack.
Yep.
There we go.
Let's keep it up.
I got every single children one. Illegitimate kids don't get into heaven. Dang.
You know
Really?
what? That doesn't even. I've read the Bible a couple times, and that doesn't even sound familiar to me.
That's
to
pretty
be honest.
mean. Like, your daddy ran off, son. Sorry, you don't get in no heaven.
Well, means kind of par for the course on this, I think, to be fair, but
Yeah. All right. Well, hey.
I have no clue. We'll just let that one be.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's got to figure them out. So, on that note, that is the last question. We're going to roll along here. We're still at Faithless Forum 2019's after party. Jim, and a couple of guys in front of the camera, and we're just messing around.